Good morning. So, what I'm feeling like this morning, I slept in until around 10. I finally got out of bed around 10, which is, I haven't done that, I think, in years. I haven't slept in that long. I think I got the most sleep last night that I've gotten in as long as I can remember, really. Um, and this morning, I'm feeling like the idea of this whole spiritual awakening, the whole twin flame journey is being able to bring the energy into like a flat line. And I was thinking this morning that I've talked about almost everything that I talk about in the videos I've talked about before, because this is my life. These are the things that I'm going through, and when as you're going through them, you're going through them. So I'm talking about things that I'm realizing from, and we have the same realizations many times from different sides, the exact same realization again and again and again and again. And what I realized also from listening to other people's videos, like I listen to, sometimes I used to listen to Wayne Dyer all the time, and many, or Abraham Hicks, and many of their videos, they talk about the same things but from different directions. And I realized that every time that you hear something that is truth, many times we need to hear it more than once. That's why we also need to have the realizations more than once. We need to hear it more than once for it to keep on coming in. And every time we hear it again, it still gives us consolation and consolation. Maybe, I don't know if that's the word, consolation. I think it's the word. It gives us like a sense of peace. And there's something coming in. I'll show you where I'm at. See that big, massive rain clouds coming in. It was raining before, so I need to start moving. I can feel the wind coming. Look, Lola and Rexy, look at over that way. It's just beautiful. There's a few drops of rain coming in now. Let's start here in a minute. And what I'm feeling like is that this whole journey, and I've said this many times before and in different ways, is about bringing myself back into me and calming, becoming in my center, just being a pillar. And a pillar doesn't have to do anything. It's not on the defense and it's not on the offense. It's not out running, and it just simply is. Being in my natural born energy, just being. Learning how to just be without tunnel vision. Because on this twin flame journey, it seems like morning and night, he is in my mind. Always in my mind. It's always okay. It keeps coming back. And during this morning's meditation, I could feel that my mind would wander, but it always wanders to him, but different variations of him. It wanders from, okay, I'm going to push him out so that I can concentrate on my life, or coming back to, wait a minute, we're one soul. So it's like always obsessing over how to, and I don't even know anymore what it's obsessing towards, because when I look at it in the 3D anymore, it's not like I'm imagining in my mind some kind of Hollywood movie anymore. It's just wanting to be next to him, just wanting to talk to him, just wanting to be in his presence. I feel like when I am in his presence, it's like there is this, it almost feels like there's a bubble that we enter into, this complete bubble. It's a time warp, it's a physical warp. It's like where everything just stands still and everything is beautiful. And it's like we're in that space of pure, and we're in the now completely, just in the experience. And it's beautiful. It's like you forget yourself in the moment. You completely forget yourself. You're completely out of your mind and you're in the experience of the now. And I feel like this whole journey, this whole spiritual awakening, twin flame journey, is bringing us back into our own center, into our own quiet, into that place of being quiet within ourselves, within our own life, that God essence, coming into the God essence of ourselves first. And then you can add in, so then it's not dependent on another person. Then anybody that comes into your space comes into that God essence space. And then you become that light, that pure light. And you can become that pure light for anyone, not just for your twin and not just between you and your twin. And there's no trying ownership over it either. Because when you come into that place, it's not like, it's a place of pure love. So there is no, oh, you can and you can't. There is no like um it just is. It just is. And then it doesn't take from you, and it doesn't and you don't have to give. There is no tug of war in it. It just is. When in your presence, your presence brings it with it, and it's of no effort. There is no effort in it. It just is. There's no give or no take in it. It's just perpetual being, love. And then anyone that is around you, even if it's in the supermarket, can feel that presence and feel that love, and that it heals people, because people, um, of their own essence, if they are close enough to their own essence, they will feel it. If they're way out on the outskirts of their, living in the ego and the offensive and stuff, and they're not open to perceive it, then they won't be able to perceive it. If their vibration is so out of whack that they can't even recognize it when they see it, then they have a lot of work to do within themselves. But that essence, when you bring your true life essence, it is recognizable because it's truth, it's pure love. And so this whole journey is about coming back to that solace, to that place of complete quiet, to the place of becoming complete, like knowing that you are complete without having to run after things. And this morning I was having memories of when I was a little girl. When I was like 4 and 5, I remember I used to get up in the morning and I would just like jump out of bed because I wanted to go outside. I would run downstairs and I wanted to go outside. We had goats and we had all sorts of animals, and I wanted to go outside and just be outside, play. So I remember jumping out of bed and running downstairs, and I remember my mother would help me put on my coat and stuff so I could go outside. And I remember wanting it to go quick, wanting to get my coat on quick and my shoes on quick so I could run outside and just be outside and be in nature. And I remember that like there's so many emotions that I used to feel as a little girl that are opening back up for me now during this whole process of this awakening process. And memories, like emotional memories that I had completely forgotten, that I hadn't been able to connect to for, because as adults, we get into this drudgery, and we get into this, oh, life is so heavy. And you forget how, when you were young and you didn't have all these big adult responsibilities put on you, all of these massive like hardships and all the things that we put in this baggage that we carry around with us our whole lives. Before all that, life was just a game. We get up in the morning and want to go run outside and play before we had all the responsibilities, before we were put in school, really, and then start the drudgery of having to keep up, and peer pressure, and comparison between ourselves and others, and we have to be a certain way, and homework and grades, and all of a sudden we're put into these judgments, and it becomes heavy because you start getting into your mind. You start thinking, okay, well, I have to be this way, I have to be that way, and from then you're already tossed into um, this world of having to do, not just to be. But before all that, it was just pure being. It was just getting up in the morning and going out and playing with the glory of the world, and knowing that you belong, and having complete confidence in yourself because you are just a being. You are the thing inside that is looking out of your eyes. You're not in your mind looking at yourself. You are in your eyes looking out into the world. it's a completely different place, the being. Think about it. When you are just the being that is looking out of your eyes and watching everything around you, you don't get caught up in the thoughts. You are in the moment. You are being, and you are a experiencer. You are a witness to what is happening, and you become. When you disconnect from your mind and what will people think and how will it be, you become a pure expression of who you are. It's a given, because you're not all caught up in how do I need to behave, what do I need to say. You just get into the moment, and then you are that is when you are in your life. That is when you are living your life, is when you are in the now. You are that being looking out. That being looking out of your eyes doesn't have an age to it. It's ageless. And so that when you become that being looking out of your eyes, you become pure essence of yourself. And from such a young age, we're already taught that that we are our brains. We are what we can remember. They do tests on, they teach you a whole bunch of stuff, cram a whole bunch of knowledge in your mind, thinking that is, I'm not saying knowledge is a good thing to have. Knowledge is tools, but we need to know that our brain and the our capacity to store knowledge is a tool, and our capacity to be able to problem solve, or I don't even like problem solve, to be able to calculate, maybe that's the word, to think of things, retrieve things from the storage of our mind that we know, and use them to judge the experience that we're having now. But it's like a paradox also, because everything is a judgment. Otherwise, we couldn't even collect experiences. But we have to make sure that the past doesn't make the future, or the past doesn't uh, close off options for what we are experiencing right now, like narrow what we're seeing, that we're only seeing what we have already seen in the past. We have to leave everything open, and not like let that restrict our experience that we're having right now. And so this whole life experience is all about finding balance, being able to use the tools but not be locked in the tools, being able to be the experiencer, and create judgments of things, but without narrowing our perspectives, being able to open our perspectives, but create judgment at the same time. It's all about finding balance. It's finding balance between body and soul, heaven and earth, the spiritual realm, the physical realm, finding balance in our emotions, being able to feel our emotions all the way to the very extremes on either side, right? Love and fear. You have to know both of the sides of the spectrum to fully experience life to the fullest. So it's really coming into ourselves. So it's starting to rain now, so I'm going to, yeah, that big black cloud is right above me now. So I'm going to make my way off of this mountain, and I'm wishing you guys a wonderful weekend. And thank you for watching, and thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And thank you for all the comments. And I feel so close to so many of you. Yesterday I was having a conversation with my mother, and she really, really, really just cannot get it. And it feels like people that know us from before, that they just kind of want us to go back to how we were before, and there is no going back. And they feel, and like my mother feels like, if if I would just wake up and quit thinking, like get off this whole flame thing, and just, that I need to, like, what I feel like is she wants me to go back to sleep, because it was so much more comfortable for her when I was asleep. and she can't get it. And I keep telling her, but you're just not getting it. She says, no, you're not getting it. You need to get your head out of this. You need to. And I understand where she's coming from. I can see it, but she cannot understand where I'm coming from. You have to be on this. And that's why I so much appreciate all of you guys that um, really understand and write in and encourage me. And it really is, for me, these videos, I put out what I'm going through, and there's a lot of things that I'm understanding and being able to articulate into words. And I feel like it's not only for me, it's for others that also are going through the same thing, but it's also, I'm getting back from it so much. It's helping me on my journey, not only helping me to be able to put everything into words so that I can calm myself, because being able to talk this out is really being able to take all of these thoughts and bring them into one little line of words. So it's really being able to like put it into like a gold string. Um, and so it's helping me calm, but it's also helping um, when I get feedback that you guys really understand and get what I'm going through, and can really it really resonates, and that this is, something that is, it's not only my journey. There are a lot of us that are going through the same things, that are having the same realizations and putting it in different words. It's like we're each bringing in these different pieces of the puzzle. And as we're changing and understanding new things, it takes a little while to solidify these things. The same realizations. It's like we keep on flipping back and forth, or at least that's how I feel with myself, is that I can have a realization and I already know something, and it's already like a knowing, and then all of a sudden something will come along that will trigger, and I will flip right back and back down. It's like a um, and I think that I'm getting all flipped out until there is no more flipping, until it's just the knowing, until it's just, that's what this whole video started out about, is coming into yourself and it just being in that place that is still, in a inner stillness, finding inner stillness. Today, I didn't really want to get out of bed. I think that's why I stayed. I woke up a whole bunch of times and just went back and just like laid back down, went back to sleep. It's kind of like this foggy sleep. But I feel much better this morning. And this morning I got up and I was saying thank you for all of the things that I have, and thank you for this experience, and thank you for this this twin flame journey. This is spiritual awakening. This is an opportunity, and it's, enriching my life. So this morning I'm feeling much better. The pain is subsiding a little bit. My brother came to visit me when I was just getting out of bed, which was really nice. My youngest brother, he's 14 years younger than I am. He's single, and he is super handsome and tall, and just a beautiful soul, and an artist, and a spiritual person. But even though he like, but he's practical, hands-on kind of guy. So I'm breathing. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful weekend.